I welcome you to the Messiah Revelation channel, which is a prophetic channel. And today our message is dedicated to our brothers and sisters who are white. And we are saying that we need to defend the kingdom of the Most High, our Father who is out in heaven. There's no room for race and racism to be in the kingdom, particularly at the time where we are in the last days. Race and racism should have no place in the kingdom of the Messiah. The Lord is not a respecter of a person. The Lord is not a respecter of race, whether it's black or whether it's white. And John 3:16 is very clear. Whosoever believes in the Messiah will be saved, and whosoever includes people of all races. And Revelation chapter 7 verse 9 is an example of a God, is an example of how our God looks at people from all nations, from all tongues, from all kindred. And Apostle John said people from all nations, did not mention the nations, but from all nations, from all tongues and all races, they were clothed in white robes and they received salvation. And so this is the principle of the message of the Most High, and this is the principle of the Messiah Revelation ministry. Salvation belongs to all, and both black and white. And I'm not aware of any scripture that says that one particular race will be saved and one particular race will be condemned. And that is why I have forcefully preached against some theologies that condemn people to hell because of their race, because of the color of their skins. When I started this channel, I had a comment from a lady. She wrote to me. My email is raptureafrica@yahoo.com, raptureafrica@yahoo.com, small letters, one word. And the lady wrote a mail to me. She introduced herself as an American citizen and a white lady. It's very interesting that she identified her race. She's a white lady. And she said very good things. She said that you say the truth. You are very truthful. Your messages are very truthful. And I'm glad I saw your channel. And she also said that she was recommended to the channel by somebody, and the person was doing research and found out that Messiah Revelation Ministry is among the top 100 end time channels. I don't know how they came to that conclusion, including Messiah Revelation Ministry as among the top 100 of end time channels. I don't know how they did the research. So I was encouraged by it, particularly when she said that I like your channel because you speak the truth, and we hear you very well. And so that was an encouragement. But later on, I saw that subscribers were dwindling, and people were unsubscribing. And I took notice that the unsubscribing came anytime I posted a video that is pro-black or pro-African, or a video relating to Hebrew Israelites. The idea that the Negroes, the so-called Negroes, are Hebrew Israelites. Anytime I posted videos like that, that are considered to be not within the mainstream, subscribers dwindled. I didn't understand that, but I concluded that some people didn't like the message, particularly when it relates to race, or when they interpret the message to be racist or race-based, or promoting certain themes that are not within the mainstream. The scripture is very clear. Without knowledge, my people will perish. And so it is important for us to promote knowledge and to empower people with knowledge, but knowledge that is based on truth. I received another comment, and the person also said that your analysis are based on facts all the time. I received another comment, and I believe the comment was from a white person, and the person also said that there are some people who talk about certain things and they don't base it on scriptures. And so she likes the idea that when I say something, I try to bring it in the context of the scriptures as much as possible. You have to remember that if you are a black person and you claim that you are a Hebrew Israelite, you need to know the scriptures that support your contention. And if you are aware of any research that support your contention, you should also bring it up. There was somebody who also made a comment, and the comment is that the person is unsubscribing to the channel because I am anti-American in my analysis. Okay, so I like it in the sense that I got to know why she was not subscribing to the channel. That is fine. And I also made a video on the Church of Mormon, and somebody also didn't like the analysis, and he said that people will not watch the channel. And I'm aware that there are a lot of spiritual warfare going on in the channel, and I'm encouraged. There was another person who also made a comment, and the comment is that he had a vision and saw angels watching the channel, and they were behind me as I was making videos. He sent information to me in my email, raptureafrica@yahoo.com. So I know that the channel is on course, and I'm on course, and you are also on course, and you are at the right place at the right time. There's an African proverb And the proverb says that uh, salt doesn't praise itself. And so salt is sweet, and salt doesn't go around saying that, oh, I'm salt, I'm sweet, I'm sugar, I'm sweet. So I don't want to promote myself in the channel. However, I would say that there are certain information that you get from this channel about end time, and you will not get it from anywhere, not from the radio, not from the internet, not from a book. I'm not sure where you get information that the final trumpet of heaven has sounded. I'm not sure where you get information that the richest nation in the world will be an African nation. The richest nation in the world in the end times will be an African nation. I don't know where you get that information from. And I don't know how many people will also tell you that they saw the Messiah appearing from the sun in daylight. It sounds crazy, but it's true. And these are our witnesses and our testimony. I'm not deviating from the topic because the topic is about race and racism in the gospel and the need for both black and white people to defend the kingdom. And the question comes in whether I'm a racist, okay? And probably I am, and probably I'm not. Because if you're a racist, you wouldn't know. Definitely, some black people are racist, and some white people are racist. It doesn't mean all white people are racist. It doesn't mean all black people are racist. If you look at the Old Testament, look at the case of Jonah, a prophet sent to Nineveh. And he was so angry that God didn't judge Nineveh because he was expecting God to judge Nineveh. And he was angry that God saved a wicked nation. You also remember the case of Peter. Peter didn't want to associate with people who were considered Gentiles. In the same way that in the world that we live, some people who are Hebrew Israelites and they don't want to associate with Gentiles. There's racism, obviously, in the world. And I thank God for exposing me to the politics of race and racism, particularly in the United States, a nation that probably has the worst race problem in the world, and that has influenced the spread of the message of the Messiah in the United States, and particularly, I was surprised that blacks and white go to different churches. I think it has improved, but there was a time that you will be the only black person in the church. I will be invited to a church and I will be the only black person in the church. And you go to some churches where you may be the only white person in the church. Race doesn't have a place in the kingdom of the Messiah. And so it's incumbent for both white and black people to defend the kingdom of the Messiah, because it is a kingdom for both black and white people. There are some issues that involve race. The first one is the issue of who is an Israelite, and the convention, tradition, and the records in the past thought that the Jews are white and they were the people who were gathered in Israel in 1948. This channel opposes that idea, and we say that by revelation, the Hebrew Israelites are still scattered over the world. And in one of my videos, I talk about a vision where I saw the prophet Jeremiah. The same day, I saw a vision of the scattering of the African Americans. My conclusion is that the African Americans are the Hebrews who are scattered over the world. They are not the only Hebrews, but their condition is very critical, and their condition was what was shown to me in a vision on October 30th, 2007. The information that the Hebrews are black or Negroes, that information has been suppressed, and it has been suppressed for centuries, mostly by European scholars, European pastors, European theologians, European leaders, and European merchants and operators of the media, and books relating to the contribution of the Negro to the kingdom of the Messiah. They are suppressed, and some of them were burnt. And you can get information when you read the books written by Negroes. And so that Hebrew issue is not based upon racial prejudice. It's based upon revelation. It's based upon visions. And I know the God who called me. He is the true God. He's not the God of the Freemason. He's the true God. I believe him. And so any comment I make regarding the identity of the Hebrew Israelites who are scattered to the four corners of the earth is not based upon my prejudice. In fact, because of my Eurocentric studies, I also believe that the Jews are white people and these are the people who are in Israel. And I believe that for a long time, I've been helped by Jews, have been helped, assisted by Jews in the United States. And I know them. They have done a lot. And I appreciate that. But later on, I realized that the Hebrews are still scattered over the world by revelation. And so I cannot be prejudiced when I believed initially that the Jews are white and Israel is the chosen of God, the 1948 state. I believed that. And at that time, I was not a racist. And so this time, when by revelation, the Lord is revealing the hidden truth to me, I cannot be racist. I'm rather reacting to revelation. For our brothers who are white, Americans, Europeans, and other people, your education has a lot to do with your thinking. And I'll give you several examples. If you go to Netherlands, the children, white children, are not taught about the history of Netherlands' involvement with slavery and slave trade. But if you read the books, you'll find out that Netherlands was probably the worst nation when it came to treatment of slaves, even compared to the Portuguese, compared to the British, compared to the French. But schools in Netherlands don't teach about the atrocities committed by their forefathers. And in the United States, definitely, whether you are black or white, you also know the atrocities committed by the slave owners, including presidents, Thomas Jefferson being one of them. And efforts are made to suppress that information as it is going on in the state of Florida, where the governor, Ron DeSantis, has made it clear that certain books about critical race theory will not be allowed in Florida. So it is a modern day 21st, 22nd, 23rd century suppression of knowledge with intent to deceive and distort. And that information is there, and you don't need a racist to tell you. You need somebody who is observant to tell you. And so I will not blame people, particularly when they get in contact with an idea that is contrary to what they have been taught throughout the ages. There are two problems. The first one is arrogance, and the second one is ignorance. If somebody is ignorant about a fact, um, I'll um, I'll be very lenient because the person is ignorant, and that is understandable because the history of black people is not taught in schools in America, in other parts of the world, in the Arab nations, and even in Africa. The history of black people is not taught. So I finished university education in Ghana, but I have very little knowledge about the history of the black diaspora, particularly the history of the so-called Negroes in America. And in America, my interaction was limited. And I want to tell you that you can be born in America and you are white. You will never know the black experience because you are not black. You can be a black person and you can live in America. You go to America and live there. You live there for 10 years, 20, 30 years. You will not understand the condition of the African American who was born in America because you were not born there. The psychology of slavery will be alien to you. And I would say you will be ignorant of their condition and you will be asking ignorant questions. And I will forgive you for that. But there is an issue of arrogance, particularly where out of arrogance, you think that you know everything and you think that what your culture um, what your culture is should define all cultures, and your culture is superior, your knowledge is superior, and every fact that contradicts your fact is a false fact. And that is the arrogance which and I condemn, and whether it's from a black person or from a white person. I told you about a comment somebody made that she's unsubscribing because I am anti-American. Um, I have focused a lot of my videos on nations and leaders who matter in the end times. And there's no nation that matters in the end times that I know other than America, which I believe to be the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation chapter 18. Am I anti-American because I say that? No. Because I also know some people on online who consistently make videos indicating that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. One of them is called Barry Scarborough. Of course, Barry Scarborough believes that the Jews are white. America is a great nation, but he's also very honest and consistently says that America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. Somebody called Christopher Green makes videos. America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. Doc Cates also makes video, and the video comments about America is so hostile than whatever you hear from this channel. Am I racist? Am I anti-American? No, I am pro God. I'm pro Messiah. I'm here to defend the kingdom of our Father who is in heaven. I'm not here to promote the ideas of a nation whose founders were largely members of the Freemason. I'm not here to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not here to do that. I'm not anti-American. I'm pro-Elohim. I'm pro-God. And so if you have a problem with that, probably you have a big problem, because your problem is not with me. Your problem is Elohim. It's you versus God, or rather, it's God versus you. It's God versus you. And though America has waged war against America, America has waged war against God, and the time is coming. 1962, the government of America, the Supreme Court, ruled that you cannot mention God's name in prayers in public school. Whether you are black or white, and you are American and European, you know what is going on the streets. Mockery of God. Men having sex with men, women having sex with women. They are pushing for laws to support having sex with children. And a lawyer in Pennsylvania having sex with a horse, an animal, and they call it Western civilization. By the way, in a vision, I saw the Lord saying bad things about Western civilization. And that's how come I said, I thought Western civilization is closer to Christianity. I thought the white man preached about Christ. I thought the Christian religion is based upon Western civilization is based upon Judeo-Christian religion. Why is the God so angry about Western civilization? It challenged my Eurocentric mentality based upon the history of preachings and teachings and propaganda, films and books claiming that the West is Christian. And so in Revelation, when I saw the Lord was angry about Western civilization, I didn't understand. But now, with transgenderism, with abortion, with Freemasonry, with idolatry, I understand. When I make a comment about Donald Trump, who is proclaiming to make America great again, if I make a comment against him, it's not because I hate him. It's because he's an idol. He's an idol to Americans, particularly white Americans. particularly white evangelical, they worship Trump more than they worship God. And there's a problem because idolatry will be a bar to your salvation. Those who worship idols will not enter the kingdom of heaven. And it includes people who worship Donald Trump, who is going to make America again, even though America is the Babylon spoken of in the book of Revelation. When I say that, I'm not an anti-American. And I know that in the vision that I saw July 20th, 2018, it was Donald Trump who was signing the satanic New World Order. And I've made videos about it. And I've also made video about a revelation that I saw that Barack Hussein Obama, who is a Negro, is actually the Antichrist. How can I make a video about Barack Obama being the Antichrist? How can I make a video like that if it is not based upon revelation, supported by other revelations? Does it mean that I'm against America? No. It's because I'm doing a work, and this channel is a Nathan ministry. We don't fear whoever you are. We don't fear your faces. We don't, you cannot bully us. And America will be judged. It will be judged because of arrogance. And we need to rebuke the arrogance of Babylon, America. And we also need to warn, and that doesn't make me anti-American. It makes me pro-God, the God who has been sidelined in America, the God that America is fighting against. It doesn't mean that every American is fighting against God. They are Americans, and they include white people, men and women who are Christians. They are genuinely Christians. And there are some of them who are ignorant of the facts, particularly ignorance about black history. They are ignorant about the fact that the Hebrew Israelites are the Negroes who were maltreated, suppressed, rejected, and dejected in America. And they will be redeemed. And the scripture is very clear in Isaiah 14 verse 2 that those who oppress them will be oppressed, and they will be the servants and handmaids of whoever was a Negro yesterday. And I urge you to read Isaiah 14 verse 2. And if you think I am a racist or anti-American, you can go ahead. But the time will come where you know the truth, and the truth will set you free. And so for that, on that note, I rest my case, and I say our brothers and sisters who are white, we both have to defend the kingdom of the Most High. And your kingdom is taken over by Lucifer. Your nation, America, is taken over by Lucifer. And you will learn very soon, and it will be late. You'll be late to know that a former president of yours is actually the Antichrist, Barack Hussein Obama. When you know the truth will set you free. But before then, lack of your knowledge means that you will perish. Thank you for watching this video.